Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Akshan and we'll be facing off against the Grand Heist. Hopefully by picking a 5-star champion, I'll actually have to put some effort into the fights. Theoretically, we should be able to draft a pretty decent deck. Akshan is very flexible, as I've come to find out throughout all of the games that I've played. It almost seems like he's better with the draft than with the actual cards in his deck. But we'll see about that. All of these seem very bad choices. I want stuff that targets my own units. So let's just reroll once. Ilawi, Darius, Nico. Spawn 2, then your strongest tentacle and an enemy strike each other. Nah. Need something better. Something that targets my own units. Okay, I guess Spirit's Refuge is decent enough. So let's pick up the Chen. Ionia in general as a region has a lot of cards that target units, your own units, for the sake of buffing, so hopefully we can draft some of those. Also sorcery is definitely going to be useful. More spell mana means that we can pick some higher cost spells without feeling too bad. Let's see, definitely picking up the Exhaust because it's a very good card. Payday is decent enough. Come on, game. Bloodthirsty Marauder or the Flight? Bloodthirsty Marauder seems fine. Recall is interesting. I'm going to choose the Recall. It's an interesting form of safeguarding my own units. All of Travelers is alright, I guess. Young Witch, Legion Deserter or Dragon Roost. I guess Dragon Roost, even though it's not the best. It's countdown 3, summon a decently statted unit. Could be worse. All these seem terrible. Let's reroll once. Shadow Assassin has elusive, at least. That's something. Clockwork Curator, something to play in the earlier stages of the game. And let's go. Let's see if I can actually beat a 6-star adventure with a 5-star champion. Dragon Roost, Aloof Traveler, Spirit's Refuge. I'm going to keep the Spirit's Refuge and the Dragon Roost, I think. And we got the Aloof Travelers right back. How annoying. Interesting. I can actually go Akshan alongside the Aloof Travelers. I have to remember that rallying is not exactly the best choice in this adventure specifically. Actually, I have an interesting play here. I can force the opponent to discard 2 of his highest cost units by doing this. Meanwhile, I've built up my own card advantage. Payday or Time and Dedication. Let's Time and Dedication this. E5 attack, Akshan. I'm actually going to pass. Wait for the next turn. We're not exactly under that much pressure. We're only under a little bit of pressure, but we should be fine to do this.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
Then we can use the Relics of Power to generate blockers for the opponent's units. If we need to, or if we can even. Which I don't think we can, unfortunately. I guess we'll just have to do this. Block here, let Akshan strike something down.
See you never.
And then we'll just work towards anything that's vaguely playable. I can actually go for the Luft Travelers this turn. Ooh, recall. Let's do it then.
A thing. Elf, that's not ours.
The Emperor commands.
Let's
The land
force the
obeys.
opponent into discarding another card. I'll also
You dropped something.
giving Akshan a couple of items. We have a lot of mana at our disposal. Let's start off with Lucky Find. +2 attack, I guess. Can actually do this as well. And I'm going to be able to close out the game here. No, I won't be able to close out the game, but I might be able to proc the Warlord Sword. And let's work on getting
Got them.
a couple of value, or a bit of value going by doing this.
Villains beware.
We don't play any more cards, but at the very least we'll be able to keep the opponent's board under some sort of control. I have card advantage over the opponent. I have to keep Akshan on board in order to use the grappling hook and shuffle more actions into the deck, otherwise I'm definitely going to deck myself out.
Sun and sand at his command.
Let's do this. In this order specifically, so that Shen has barrier and can more properly block the opponent's units. The opponent's out of mana. I can just do this and next turn I'll have no blockers on the opponent's ink side, which in turn should make for a quick kill on the opponent.
I find them unworthy.
Yep, just like that. And doesn't matter if you're developing blockers your opponent, game's already over. Nice. And I didn't even deck myself out. It has happened before. In the first encounter of a run, I'll just deck myself out because I draw too many cards with the rewards from the Warlord Sword. Emperor's Prosperity, Tech Evolution, Piercing Darkness. Let's pick up the card that's already in my deck. Spells chest, Champion item chest, item chest. Let's go for the spells chest. We have the spell mana. Ancient Malediction. I would like cards that target my own units. I guess we're going Flame Spitter. Let's just not even pick up a reward then. Flame Spitter would have been an unsatisfactory pickup, so might as well just skip it altogether. I am going to keep the Dragon Roost and the Payday. Hopefully I draw an action. There he is. Unfortunately last game I didn't get to play Dragon Roost. I'm worried that I might just end up not being able to play Dragon Roost at all. It's
Look.
quite the possibility.
That's not ours.
Let's get it, crew.
We'll see. Let's buff up the action. +2 attacks, great. That means I can favorably trade into both the opponent's units now. Unless he somehow has a spell here. He doesn't. Lucky me.
I never miss.
Next turn is very obviously going to buff up the Crackshot Corsair. But maybe I can be cheeky and strike it down with the
All we got?
Akshan.
I've done more with less.
Let's pass, see what he does. Okay, doesn't make use of the scout attack at least.
Go away.
So that means I can do this safely.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do. Everyone should have a grappling hook.
What are my next turns going to be like? Not exactly certain. I guess the exhaust is nice to develop the board. Okay, Guardian as well. Allows me to draw a few more cards. Maybe play the Aloof Travelers. I can either go for the reward from the Dragon Roost or the Warlord Sword. I think the Dragon Roost reward is better. I need the board. Sure, the opponent's building up a massive board presence. But it's fine, everything's a-okay.
You dropped something.
I dropped everything.
Let's force the opponent to draw a whole bunch of cards, shall we? And I might also be able to proc the Warlord Sword,
We made it.
even if I only do it after attacking.
The sea beasts will fear us.
This is justice.
Let's get rid of this thing. We'll get rid of this one. Get rid of this one and this one. And that's a full board clear. Nice. I also get a couple of dragons as to fill up my hand, just in case I needed the extra value.
You dropped something.
Though I don't think I
Dropped
do.
everything.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Anything else you want to do, opponent? I need to get cards out of my hand, unfortunately. Otherwise I'm going to burn the reward. Sure would be nice if the opponent just went ahead and cleared my board. I don't feel comfortable wasting that much value. I guess I'm going to have to end up doing it. And then let's go draw two. See what the opponent does. Nothing really. There he goes. Let's do that. The Akshan doesn't need the extra health. Let's also give Akshan and Shen some spell shield. And the opponent's basically out of resources, so next turn I can just kill him probably. I'm just doing this so I can have a couple more elusives to attack with next turn. And now let's do this. We'll target here. We'll kill the one thing that can block my elusives. And game over. The opponent can't even block with these two. Things are going exceedingly well.
Welcome to a world without villains.
Let's hope I don't jinx myself. The fact that we're going to have to deal with having one less board space when we fight against the clock hand, it's going to be a bit annoying. Hopefully we'll manage. I guess Wounded Prey. We're just picking up the least bad options. Also, I'm definitely going for Akshan here.
My friend.
The way I'm passing up with the champion that I'm playing as. Except this one gets bonus stats and starts at the game start gets added to my hand out of thin air. So that means I can just have action anyway at the start of the game, even if I don't draw it from the hero's welcome. Let's see, let's drop down the action. Hope the opponent doesn't have removal. Shadow in the brush. A bit threatening. But let's hope everything's fine.
Elf, that's not ours.
We'll buff up this one. Just so I can hopefully...
This is justice.
Do I dare do this? Not really. Not at all. I'm certain the opponent's going to transform this thing. Can he actually transform for 1 mana though? I'm not sure.
Villains beware.
Let's hope I'm wrong. Okay, I was actually wrong. I should have attacked with Akshan. And then the Aloof Travelers pull the big game tycoon to maximize damage output.
I will find
I was worried for no reason. Unfortunate, but I'll manage. Let's drop down the Pot of Pain on the action. I can actually set up so that I level up this or the action with a decent board.
You dropped something.
I dropped everything.
So that the buff is from the Warlord's Horde ticking down affect even more units. I might not be able to go for a kill, but I should be able to go for something else. Maybe a lot of damage.
Righteously reclaiming.
Let's see. Okay, Guardian, I guess we can go Shen. Like so. Discard a card from the opponent's hand in the process as well.
It must be done.
Let's do this. We'll pull here and here.
I find them unworthy.
And then we'll just attack like so. And the opponent won't be able to do anything. Roiling Sands. That doesn't affect me at all. Poor opponent's going to end up losing to... not the strongest opening this deck has ever seen, I guess. Stand United. Let's keep pushing the action. Let's payday this guy. Spell shields, I suppose. I want to keep mana opens for the Spirit's Refuge. So I suppose I'm going Clockling here. See what the opponent does. Not that impressive from the opponent's part. But I have to do this, otherwise action dies. Or I can just exhaust. Damn, I misclicked. Okay, I messed up. I misclicked on the exhaust. It's fine. I'm going to proc the Warlord's Sword this turn. I'm going to draw a whole bunch. And I'm going to be alright. Let's play this here. We're going to buff it up yet again. I just need to hit a action and I'll be fine. I just need the action for the overwhelm. There he is. See, everything was fine.
I bend them slightly.
And I can... No, let's not beat around the bush. Let's just
Balance fate.
go ahead and
It must be done.
overwhelm the opponent in terms of damage. Just like so. No way the opponent survives this. Unless... Nah. I didn't even see that he had only 2 mana to work with. 2 mana was never going to save him in that situation. There we go. Create an action in hand, grant it +2/+2 and reduce its cost by 1. Let's cut a card from our deck. Didn't even think about it, but I'm certain there's some bad card here. Charlatan Fishmonger, definitely. Yep. This is the card that gets cut. Ooh, a second one. Forgot about that part. I can cut the recall, but I can also cut the Dragon Roost. The Dragon Roost is probably the worst card in my deck right now. Yeah, let's cut the Dragon Roost. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to make it work, the unfortunate reality of playing with Akshan is that the landmarks that count down aren't actually as useful as the Warlord Sword. You're just incentivized to not pick them at all. It's all due to the fact that the Warlord Sword ticks down when you target an ally with a spell. If it weren't for that fact, I would be a lot more inclined to pick up other landmarks, or if other landmarks tick down when you targeted an ally, I would be more inclined to pick them. Let's keep targeting my own units. And we can even kill the clock hand. Yeah, sure, I'll also attack the clock thing in the process. Seems like a good decision. Action's going to take 1 damage, but it's fine. 1 cost card. Is the opponent going to attack? Open attack here? I figured as much. Honestly, I'm taking the 15. I have a Spirit Refuge in hand, so I'm incentivized to take the damage
Scoundrel at a time.
because I can get the health back. Let's draw Payday.
Righteously reclaiming.
We're just going to set up so we have a bunch of stuff that targets my own units next turn. And hopefully I'll also be able to buff up the unit I just summoned. This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go for the Key Guardian. That was a mistake. I misclick yet again. It will be fine. Doing it now or doing it this turn should have no difference. The amount of mana spent is basically the same. Or it should be basically the same. Do I recall action or the clock link for the sake of the action level up? Or the Warlord Sword? Yeah, sure, let's do it. Then I'll just clockling at 2 of the rewards and go for a massive combo turn. At least that seems like the play. Your cards cost 2 less. Yet again. Let's Payday. Keep buffing up the action. Spell shield's decent, I suppose. I'm just going to play cards to empty my hand, because I intend to do this to strike yet again. Might as well, since my cards cost 0 this turn, or cost 2 less this turn. And let's do this, keep the train going. That's still as much damage as possible to the opponent's nexus, even though it doesn't matter. I'm certain that I'm going to win off of the vault ticking down. Ouch. That's not very exciting on the opponent's part. Is that really the best you can do on your turn? He's going to time bomb me a whole bunch, but I'm not really that impressed. Okay, that's lethal on board. Sure would be a shame if I could just heal myself back up to full, or basically up to full, by doing this.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
And I'm even going to get the Warlord sword back, so I can do it all over again. Three turns, I have to play a 5-cost card. Oh, would you look at that, I have a 5-cost card in hand. Then I have to play a 1-cost card, I can do that as well. And a 3-cost card. Oh, actually a 6-cost one. Now that's a bit more unfortunate, I don't actually have a 6-cost card. I guess I'm waiting for next turn then. Sure. No, your board is frightening that all opponent. The amount of card advantage you're getting is pretty impressive, considering I've already ripped a couple of cards out of your hand. But unfortunately, I can just do this and the game's over. Nice. Now the real question is, do I dare go up against the vicious enemy? Coral Crush Gauntlet, Rally, Iceborne Gauntlet. Let's go for the Rally. Makes killing action a bit more of a threat. Like I was saying, do I dare go up against the Ruin Runner? Sure. What's the worst that can happen? Even if I die, I actually have 1 or 2 extra revives. I don't exactly remember. But I have more than 2 tries to get this right. $80 health. Does the opponent really start at 80 health? No, he starts at 50 right there. Okay, I was worried for a second there because I forgot how this fight worked. Really? Fortunately, the overwhelming challenger are auras. Otherwise, I'd be in a pretty bad position. Really? The recall? Okay, now it's just being mean towards me. I'm going to do this just to force the opponent into
Villains beware.
being unable to
Do I have to?
respond to my attack. Hopefully that's how things work out. That's fine. This whole board gets cleared and I even deal a bit of extra damage to his nexus. As long as I can keep him under relative control, Don't let him get too high of a health total for him to proc his instant win condition. I should be fine. Let's hit here.
Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
Drop this down. If needed, I'll use the relics of power to develop blockers. In fact, I'm going to use one just to get rid of that Rolling Sands. Let's drop the Bloodthirsty Marauder down.
Stands beneath me and wins behind me.
I'm going to draw. Sure. Anything else you want to do, opponent? Okay, he's going to pull my action. Okay, now I'm a bit more worried. Mostly because the action might be in actual danger. Nah, he has 0 mana, there's no way he kills the action right now, right? Yeah, he even passes the turn. What an idiot. Now I can just do this and... do I kill him? No, unfortunately not. But I can set it up so that I go for a big attack here. Really? No answers? That's a bit weird. Especially considering the fact that the opponent has these many cards in hand. I suppose most of them are pranks. Half of them are pranks. Actually, play this poorly. I should have attacked first with action. Maximize the amount of damage I deal. It's fine. 4 pranks in hand, 2 actual cards, 3 actual cards actually. That's nothing. Let's play the Bloodthirsty Marauders, and I fully intend for next turn to be the turn I actually proc the Warlord Sword. Is he going to attack? Waking Sands. Does seem like it. Let's block here. Try to minimize the amount of damage I take. Just like so. I guess the opponent messed up my plan by attacking like this. Now I won't proc the Warlord Sword on my attacking turn. I'll be forced to take things slow. Yeah, sure, I'll do this just to remove the spell shield of that unit. And I also set up a clean kill by doing this.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
Is this enough to kill?
It's coming.
54 damage. Let's see if the opponent has interaction.
The balance has been maintained.
Oh, exhaust -2, that's exactly 52. And the opponent's dead. Nice.
Everything as it should be.
That could have been a lot worse, to be honest. He still managed to live quite a lot of time. I didn't anticipate that. I was expecting more of a blowout. Phantom Pranks, Reunited. I guess we're picking up Reunited. The extra one attack can't hurt. We don't really have that many units die to justify the Phantom Pranks, I think. Sure. I'll keep Payday and Recall. I think I can make use of them. The opponent's definitely getting the unit here as soon as I play this action.
I do not break rules.
Or maybe not. I'm impressed. Ooh. But it does set up a bit of a scary board. Fortunately, I have this. Yeah, let's give the action spell shield, sure.
Villains beware.
Do I strike with
I
the
will
Shadow
play my
Assassin?
part.
Yeah, I'm fine with trading the Shadow Assassin in. Just for the sake of damage, I have more card advantage than the opponent. I'm a bit worried that the opponent's going to summon the Dune Swallower if I summon a unit, so I'm just going to pass.
Take the children to
Let the opponent play what he chooses. Then he gets to attack. I'll gladly take the 3 in order to do this.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
I hope I don't burn action. Okay, I don't burn action. Nice. The unfortunate part is that his buff does get removed. But I think I can work with that. Let's just draw a couple of cards.
Finders keepers.
Oh, we have a board for next turn. Ooh. All of these are a bit too expensive, however. Guess we're picking up the Key Guardian because it's the least expensive option. I don't think I can go ahead and level up or get rid of the Warlord Sword here. So I'll do the best I can.
Balance requires a watchful eye.
I was born in Belvec.
Really, I didn't summon another Dune Swallower. Didn't expect that. In that case, I might have
In and out.
a shot.
Ride as one.
I can do this. This sets up so I can attack again because one of my bloodthirsty marauders dies.
Good death.
Yeah, good death.
So I go.
Then I do this. Attack again. I could actually go for another attack if I was willing to sacrifice that bloodthirsty marauder. Maybe I should have done that. But with this bloodthirsty marauder on board, he can't really attack this turn. Yeah, the opponent's just straight up passing because of that. Oops, I messed up. I shouldn't have played that. Oh well.
Come, take
It's not like I actually need the lucky find. Really now? You're willingly trading your last line of defense. Can't say that's the wisest decision, opponent. Let's just give our champion spell shield, buff up our units, ensure that we go back to the full health,
They are under my protection.
and now we strike the opponent for everything we've got. Nice. Quite a satisfactory victory.
With a smile.
From this position, can I actually deal with Ezreal? I'm still worried about him tripling up that card. That goes ahead and increases the amount of damage a unit takes. That's what did me in last time I've played with Nasus, but I had an action, and I died because of the action. Your skills deal 2 extra damage. Nah, your Nexus is tough, I suppose. Having a tough Nexus at the very least protects me slightly from the opponent's burn. What do I cut here? Maybe the recall as run its course. I have a better card now, the Shapestone, with Elixir of Sorcery, doubling up the amount of targeting I do. Yeah, sure, let's get the recall. I don't need it anymore. Let's see. Tossing the action definitely. And I guess everything else. Oh no, maybe I should have kept the Aloof Travelers. The opponent guaranteed to play that duplication card on Ezreal. The Mirage. Maybe this is the thing that allows me to get rid of that card.
Yay.
But our stuff didn't.
Okay, we got rid of one. Ah, he had another. How unfortunate. Now he has 3 Ezreals. Sure. I'll do this twice just to properly block the augmented clockling. Okay, that's incredibly annoying. You're just going to flood my hand with crap cards, are you? And automatically level up Ezreal in the process.
Master.
Well, at least he got rid of my own
I
problem.
don't need rules to know good from bad.
Let's do this on the Shen, I guess. Ooh, quick attack on another unit besides Akshan. Let's try to target
Really?
not only the Ezreal, that doesn't have ephemeral, but the opponent's board as well, I guess.
No way!
Sure, the opponent's going to have an annoying board of hard to remove Ezreals, but I think I can go for Akshan's level up here at least, especially if he's doubling up the time has come right now, when he could have been doubling up some actually good cards.
Focus! Hug it out.
Sure, I suppose. Let's hope he doesn't have removal for Akshan.
Next time.
Wait up!
Let's payday. Challenger quick attack overwhelm. Damn, that was a low roll. I'm playing the Bloodthirsty Marauder and saving mana for the Spirit's Refuge in case I need to. I don't know why I said in case I need to. I definitely need the Ezreal for the protection from Ezreal, except it doesn't matter because it's 2 instances of damage.
Firing! Not like this.
So the very least I can do is this, I guess. Try to draw into another action. Maybe. None of these are action. Can I get an action, please? That's not an action, but at the very least, the Bloodthirsty Marauder now is a little bit larger in terms of size. And is willingly wasting his Mystic shots for some reason. So maybe I can set up a kill on the Ezreal. Let's play the Shen.
Fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
Okay. Doubling up the True Shot Barrage. I take 16. This is dealing 2 damage twice here. So if I do this, it should be fine. Okay. That's a start. Let's also go for payday, I suppose. See if I get something good here for the Shen. Spell shield's alright.
It must be done.
I have 3 health and a dream.
You're between me
How
and
likely is the opponent? Okay, the opponent guaranteedly has burn. I shouldn't even have gone down that line of thought. How likely is an Ezreal deck to have burn? Very likely. Except the burn came from the Ezreals on board. Okay, so I have 2 more revives.
Quest accepted. Wait,
I guess we're going to be facing off against Ezreal for a while. I think what did mean was when I ended up losing the action, I think I should have protected action better. Yeah. I think I can go Key Guardian on this action. Okay. Let's try to really hit the card that duplicates. Okay, he doesn't have it because he discarded a Ancient Malediction, which is a 2 cost, but the duplication card is 3 cost. So hopefully I'm right and he doesn't have it. Okay, that points to him not having it. But he is going to just ruin the attack of my units. Because he gets incredibly lucky.
They don't know what they're up against.
Just like that, an Ezreal level up.
Firing.
How hard is that?
Cut them for our God.
I can actually do this. At the very least, I make it so Ezreal doesn't have Deathless anymore. He still has a spell shield, which makes it harder to deal with. It's better than nothing.
Do not lament the past,
Okay, that's annoying. How do I deal with that? I think the answer is I don't, because my Akshan has 0 attack and it's nowhere close to being able to do anything.
No more K. I am evil K.
Let's do this. I'm going to use 1 action grappling hook to remove the largest threat on board,
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
or at least attempt to do so.
we have waited.
Okay,
Hug it out.
I'm definitely going to toss this action. Poor guy is ruined, I have to pay 8 mana to play with him again. This hurts. Definitely.
Charge.
But the opponent's almost out of cards. I'm going to draw twice this turn. Shaped Stone is good. And what else? What else is in store? Key Guardian. Bloodthirsty Marauder. I'm going to be greedy and hope that the opponent doesn't have any more removal for action.
Worthless. We are what we
Or that at the very least I can save action with the
to know good.
Spirit's Refuge. Clockling. It hits me for 2. I guess I have to take it. Let's drop down the Bloodthirsty Marauder.
Praise blood.
Okay. Okay, that could be worse. That could be a significantly worse turn. Let's drop this on the action. And let's try to maximize the amount of healing I get off of the Spirit's Refuge. Also try to get rid of the opponent's scariest units in the process. Well, they're not. This is not the scariest unit, but it's a unit I can't block properly. What do I do here? I need draw. Let's do this. Ooh, spell shield is great. Do I go for double draw here? I'm going for double draw. Let's draw even more. Okay, I have options. Let's go for the Diesel of Travelers first.
I dropped everything.
Force the opponent to discard his highest cost cards. Okay, Castigate. That's great to get rid of. Then I can even do this. Get rid of the one unit that has elusive. Let's trade like so. We can even do this in order to make it so I can keep most of my board intact. Let's try to develop a board here. We're ripping cards from the opponent's hand. Let's also do this. Targeting the Shen, I suppose. Ooh, spell shield is great. Now my units are really sticky. And next turn I'll go for a big attack turn. And hopefully I'll be able to win off of that. I could go for a scout attack. I'm going to go for the scout attack first. The extra damage might be relevant. The extra damage wasn't relevant. But this is going to be...
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
3. If I can target allies 3 additional times, this is 2. And this is another. Ooh, I think I can do something here. Even if I don't close out the game, I should be able to stay alive for a bit longer.
This is justice.
Do I have to?
Let's pull this guy here, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. Maybe I can even do this.
Justice was fun.
Maximize the amount of damage I deal. What's he doing? That doesn't work, right? Oh, that card did me in, or I got done in by this card once, and ever since then. What is it? This one. Curse of the Tomb. I got done in by this card once, and ever since then I'm traumatized.
Take refuge.
36 cards. What are the odds that he actually finds lethal in the 36 cards he has? This is suspicious. Well,
Just kill me.
I'm just going to throw these two in, let them be traded, since I have units to play in hand anyway.
align.
Really nothing. What's that card you're holding, opponent? And why aren't you playing it?
They'll get their comeuppance soon.
I should have paid more attention to the amount of cards I had in deck. Oh, that was a very big mistake. One that might cost me the run.
Where are we going?
Let's see if I'm beaten by my own stupidity or not. I could definitely have won that game as well. I had the actions in hand and the Akshan as well. All I had to do was play the champion spells and I would have shuffled more cards into my deck and I would have been fine. That's what I get for not paying attention. And now I'm definitely never going to get as good of a start as I did last game.
Don't want to die? Don't do terrible things.
Yep. There he is. Another full board of Ezreals. And he gets Ancient Malediction as well. How annoying. Well, let's do this, I suppose.
Villains beware.
I'm going to pull this Ezreal. This guy is going to pull this one. And then the Dancing Droplet is going to pull that Ezreal. And let's all hope for the best. Akshan is almost leveled up. His Ezreals are somewhat dealt with. At the very least they don't have the Deathless Keyword anymore. And he's duplicating the Buckeye Reaper. Guess he's going for card draw. I can do that too.
Them for our God.
Clockling. More card draw. I guess.
Fixing the world one scoundrel at a time.
I have to be more careful with how many cards I draw. Hope I don't deck myself out.
Yoink.
Payday. Clockwork Curator. It's one more board, or one more body on board. But at the very least he contributes towards the countdown. Honestly, I'm going to do this, just to get rid of at least one spell shield. Maybe make it easier to deal with the Ezreals next turn with the grappling hook. No. I definitely want to go for grappling hook. That's 3. I can do
In and out.
7. So 8 by doing this. 9 even. And we'll pull this one as well. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have removal. Okay. Good.
Do not let
We're keeping things under control, relatively speaking. Yeah, I have to do this, unfortunately. Ezreal is the bigger threat right now, right?
Justice works fast.
I hope I made the correct choice.
The order
Let's draw a bit more. 13 cards in deck. The opponent has quite a large and threatening board,
Is what matters.
and he also has, or had, a lot of mana there. I can end up being screwed a whole bunch by the cards he plays here. Okay, 6, 4. Sure. This one is also going to take 4 at the end of the turn, which is annoying. How do I do this? Let's draw first. I'm actually going to go for the spell shield right afterwards. Then I'm doing a loop travelers.
Something. I dropped everything.
Force the opponent to discard whatever is the highest cost card in his hand. And then I have to somehow survive this upcoming attack.
Oh, come now.
I can do this.
Hug it out. Hey. Hug it out.
16.
Oh, come now.
Sure, let's trade like so. I suppose.
Go away. Just kill me.
Then let's go Shadow Assassin.
Does death.
We'll go for the grappling hook, get rid of that one.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
Let's go Payday. Hopefully we get a spell shield for this guy. Not a spell shield, but it will have to do. And then we just hope next turn we can go Key Guardian Shen. We're definitely eating away at a lot of the opponent's resources. Okay, that's annoying. This guy is going to die unless I do something. Same thing with Akshan.
Enforced
I
equilibrium.
can actually do this
Play my part.
to give the Shadow Assassin barrier,
It's justice.
forcibly saving it. Yeah, I think that's the play. Ooh, 7 cards in deck. Let's get the Absolver's Return. Okay, we got the Shadow Fiend, that was a mistake. I had completely forgotten this card that died. I need something larger to die. But the thing is, I don't think we have something larger in our deck. That might be a mistake, opponent. You just dealt 14 damage to yourself for no good reason, honestly.
We walk between realms. The balance has been maintained.
And I can use the Shen's United We Stand to protect my units. Which means your spell isn't even going... I guess not. I guess the barrier expires right before the turn ends and the damage sticks. Well, at the very least I can do this to discard the opponent's card in hand. Scout. Sure, I'll go for a scout attack like so. Ooh. That was way too rough. I messed up the second game against Ezreal. My bad, I should have paid attention to how many cards I had in deck. That's the thing with Akshan though, you end up drawing so many cards sometimes that you end up becoming your own worst enemy. But in the end we managed to win, and that's all that matters. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.